Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, bringing you more Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops guides. This one is the 3-star veteran run of Reactor. And getting off this helicopter can be a work of art. The reason for it is the enemies can see through the smoke and you can't. There will be 2 on the right and 2 on the left. As you see, I lay down behind my buddy who's just been downed unfortunately, and I managed to pick up the 2 guys to the left. This can be luck, the start bit. It's one of the worst parts of this mission. The mission itself is not too bad, but you can get bad real quickly if you're unlucky. So once you break down here, you've got 5 minutes to move through the reactor, and this place really sucks dick. It's dark, you can't see much, and there are enemies everywhere. And the best way to assail these rooms, there's 2 of them, is to have one person do the top floor, one person do the bottom floor. This way you can both take out guys on your respective levels, and if you see somebody on the bottom floor that your buddy hasn't seen, you can kill them through the grate, and vice versa. One thing I will say is sometimes if there's an enemy looking at you and you're just in cover and you don't think you can get out and get the shot off quick enough, hip fire. Just run as fast as you can, strafe to the left or the right, hip fire, and you will stun the enemy. Then you can focus fire on him and take him down. Right there's an example of me shooting through the floor, seeing that dude. A weapon I would recommend for this section is the P90. I had troubles finding one without a holographic sight on this particular run, so I had to pick up the PP90. This gun is terrific, this gun will work as well. The only problem with it is I don't like the iron sight. There's something about it that just throws me off. I'm not very good with it. And as soon as your partner goes down, just try and get on them as quick as you can, because they bleed out pretty quickly. Just be aware that there might be a couple of assholes sitting around them, and just try not to get rushed, because if you get rushed on veteran, you're dead. There's no 2 words about it. You're just going to go down, you're just going to kiss the floor, and it's going to be a world of trouble for your buddy. The MP7 is a fantastic weapon, but I would prefer the P90 because I'm more comfortable with it, but you do see me using it here, so it's definitely a worthwhile weapon to use for the level if you like it. One of the biggest enemies on this section is the clipping. Some of these rooms are absolutely atrocious for clipping. You will try and go in cover, you'll not be able to do so because you'll clip on the smallest object and then the enemies will kill you. And it feels very unfair, but there's not really much you can do. But just keep pushing through. Try and ignore the timer. The timer is more than enough to do what you need to do. Do not worry about that whatsoever. This room in here can be quite deadly because these guys will be waiting on you. And the best thing here, one guy goes left, one guy goes right. If you're like me and you go right, you will have a massive bunch of guys in that doorway. Sometimes they don't spawn that quickly and you'll have to wait for them. But never run through that doorway, because if you don't have your gun aimed and you're not ready to shoot, you're going to get killed. In this area here, run past the dial and lay down to the side of this door frame. As soon as your buddy starts to turn the dial, which is inside the room, a bunch of guys are going to spawn and come for you. And if you lay on this corner, you can wait for them and you can clean them up as they turn up. And I've had a lot of success doing this little technique here. This time on my recording run, I get shot a little bit, but before that, they weren't shooting me at all. So just know that once again, it is purely luck-based. Sometimes you will get screwed. There's my P90 finally, probably my favourite gun on the game. And this is when the level gets hard. So as you climb out of this area, once we do this section, be careful here. To the right of me there is an entrance and there's usually a guy there. This time there wasn't. You've just got to be aware that sometimes the enemy placement's going to change and you might get screwed over, but fingers crossed your partner will be able to pick you up. Like just then, I couldn't see where I was getting shot from. I couldn't get in any kind of cover because these corridors are so claustrophobic, and I got took out. There's nothing you can do sometimes. But when you climb up here, get ready to chuck some grenades, because there's going to be a bunch of guys coming from you from a distance. They're going to be able to shoot you through the cover, and they seem to be super accurate from where they are. You can sometimes die where I am now. Even in cover, you'll just die. It makes no sense. And I just spam grenades, because at this moment in time I have a bunch of flashbangs, I have a bunch of frags, and I'm actually standing on a grenade refill. So just keep throwing grenades, popping up, killing people once you've used your flashbangs, and the enemies seem to get less accurate the closer they get. And I know that doesn't make much sense, but you'll notice on my radar, when dots start to get close, they don't shoot me. But when they're far away, they shoot me almost immediately as I bob up. It's really, really strange. And you might die a couple times here, because this bit's bullshit. But once you learn it, this is not one of the most challenging. The only reason half of the ones that are coming up are challenging is because they're filled with bullshit moments, but I'll speak about those when we get there. And my buddy's hiding behind this back area, and I keep crawling here, and he can revive me across this little league, so that does work wonders. And just look at that. taken out again. This is when shit gets really, really tense. I'm like, dude, they're on you. You've got to clean him up. Try your best. So he lays down, goes prone, and starts mopping dudes up. And luckily enough, he comes through like a boss. And I just crawl my slow ass over to him, and he picks me up once more. But this is kind of what's going to happen throughout some of these missions. Sometimes you'll go down. It doesn't make you a bad player. It just means that the game's kind of cruel sometimes. And as soon as you've cleaned it up, make sure you slam a fresh reload in. And as you push forward, when you move through the smoke, you're going to see a chopper pull up. And when the chopper pulls up, a bunch of guys are going to abseil from it. And you'll notice I try and throw a grenade here, watch. I do that, chuck a grenade, and actually run into the grenade and down myself. That's how embarrassing this is. So, I get downed, and then I come through like a boss with the pistol and kill every single guard that gets out of the chopper. Look at that. I'm like Clint Eastwood, but don't do that. Don't do what I did. Make sure you don't throw grenades and run into them by yourself. It's a retard move, but, you know, sometimes I'm a retard. And as soon as you get over here, the friendly chopper's going to pull up, and you will have effectively beaten one of the more challenging, more bullshitty missions in Spec Ops. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next videos. You take care now.